Hey everyone, this is Jerry with San Pedro Mastery. In this video, I will tell you why most of the San Pedro seeds on the market are rubbish and what you need to look out for. Before we start, in case you don't know, San Pedro is the common name for Trichocereus Pachanoi or Echinopsis pachanoi. It is a sequoia cactus with a long history of medicinal and ritual use in Latin America. But it is also a beautiful, fast-growing ornamental cactus. My channel is about the cultivation of San Pedro for ornamental or collecting purposes. It is not about its consumption. So, what to avoid when buying San Pedro seeds? Well, the first thing to avoid is open pollinated seeds. And this is our main problem here. The majority of San Pedro seeds on the market are open pollinated. And because of that, you cannot be sure they are San Pedro. Let me tell you how pollination works, just in case you don't know. When a San Pedro is adult, it can make flowers. For a flower to turn into a fruit, which will contain the seeds, it needs to receive the pollen from another flower. You then say that the flower or the plant has been pollinated. So, if a San Pedro flower gets pollen from another San Pedro cactus, then it will produce pure San Pedro seeds. San Pedro plus San Pedro equals San Pedro. You're good. But if it gets pollen from another species, and all the species in the Trichocereus family are compatible with each other, then you will have an hybrid. 50% San Pedro, 50% something else. When the seeds grow into plants, they will look like a mix between the two species. Obviously not the San Pedro that you wanted in the first place. Now you understand how pollination works. I was saying earlier that the number one problem with San Pedro seeds on the market is that they are open pollinated. Open pollination is pollination as nature meant it, uncontrolled. A bee can pollinate your San Pedro flower with pollen from any other species in the Trichocereus family. Right now, in the video, you can see a Trichocereus Pachanoi. It does not look like a San Pedro at all, and it's not even a sequoia cactus. Yet, it's part of the vast Trichocereus family. It has a flower that looks like the San Pedro flower, and it can be crossed with San Pedro without any problem. But there is another kind of pollination, one that is controlled, called hand pollination, and this is what you want. Hand pollination means someone has manually taken pollen from a flower, using a brush, and placed it inside another flower on another plant. So you take some of the pollen from one flower, and you brush it on the stigma of the other flower. You have just hand pollinated that flower. But you don't want bees to come afterwards and bring pollen into it from another species. This is why you enclose the hand pollinated flower inside a pollination bag. This is how I do it personally. So, to have pure San Pedro seeds, they need to be hand pollinated, and not a lot of sellers do that. Most of them just find a fruit on a San Pedro and sell the seeds. If that's the case, it is possible that you only have 50% of the San Pedro genetics. The second problem on our list is that most sellers do not produce the seeds. They do not own adult San Pedros, which means they have to purchase the seeds from a wholesaler. That wholesaler probably isn't a producer himself and may not know how to properly identify plants in the Trichocereus genus. I give you an example with the best known cactus seed specialist in Germany, and some would say in the world. I've ordered many seeds from them, and although they are usually fresh, they come up as different species half of the time. Pretty much every single Trichocereus I ordered from them was badly hided. A Trichocereus peruvianus, that was in fact cuscoensis. A scopulicola, that was in fact verdermanianus. A terskeki, that was in fact not even in the Trichocereus genus. And so on, and so on. These kinds of seeds are also offered by smart shops, because they are sequoia plants. And there again, I would not recommend to buy San Pedro seeds from them. Smart shops just get their seeds from seed wholesalers. They don't grow the cacti themselves. So try not to go with a general cactus shop or a smart shop, but more like a San Pedro specialist shop, and one where the people behind it really know their stuff. Another important problem is older seeds. Seeds that are many years old and will have poor germination rate. You order 50 seeds and 5 come up. Or nothing. Rubbish. It's a waste of money, a waste of your time, and a source of disappointment. All the seeds are typically sold by people who don't produce their own seeds. They buy them from some wholesaler who might have had them sitting for years. Because you see, if you produce your own seeds like I do, then you will have new seeds every summer. You will always have fresh seeds available. And these seeds will have a germination rate close to 100% if you give them the best conditions. The freshness of seeds is something you can judge by the comments customers leave on commercial websites. While reviews can give you an idea of the freshness of the seeds, they will be useless when it comes to knowing whether or not they really are the species you ordered. Because that takes many months to find out as the plant grows, and you only have a few weeks to leave a review. Moving to another issue which is a problem with many seed sellers, and that is mixed seeds. You order one single type of seeds, but the seedlings that come up look different from each other. Most likely, this is because there will be different hybrids. When that happens, it's usually due to the fact that the seeds from different fruits have been mixed together. These fruits can be on the same plant, and yet each fruit will contain seeds of a different hybrid. This is once again because the flowers have been open-pollinated. One flower may have received pollen from one species, and the other flowers receive pollen from other species. The last point, and one that can really suck because it can ruin all your efforts, and that is badly washed seeds. The day that the fruit opens, the seed producer must pick it immediately and wash the seeds. Then you will have clean seeds. They will not contaminate your growing tray. If you leave the fruit on the plant, it will be contaminated with spores, bacteria, insects, and it can give you serious problems when the plants have just come up. They're very tiny, they're still very fragile, and you can lose all your plants, with mold especially. To sum it up, 1. Do not buy seeds unless you feel sure that the seeds have been hand-pollinated. It takes time and work to grow San Pedro from seeds, and imagine that after many months you realize, oh, I don't have San Pedro after all, this is a different cactus. Also, 2. Buy directly from the producer. 3. Make sure that the seeds are fresh. 4. That they are not mixed. And 5. That they have been properly washed. In the comment section below, I will tell you where you can buy really good San Pedro seeds, where all these key points are met.